Hey everyone, and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records in Midland. And it is time for our weekly check into some of the new releases headed to an independent record store near you. This is just an abbreviated list, and it's kind of a slim one this week to begin with. If you'd like to see everything, though, that is not only scheduled for this upcoming week, but several weeks down the future, head over to our website at radiowastelandrecords.com, and from there you can see the full list. We'll also put a link directly to all of this upcoming week's releases in the description below, so you can narrow your search down just a little bit. Not much on the new release. There's a few things, but not much to really highlight this week. So we're going to dive right into the reissues and compilations and anniversary reissues for the week of Friday, June 30th, 2023. Starting off with something from Michigan's own Pop Evil. This is a 10th anniversary reissue of Onyx on black ice vinyl. Our description says that this 10th anniversary edition is of the seminal Pop Evil release Onyx, and it's available for the first time in its entirety on vinyl. Back in 2013, Pop Evil entered a recording studio in Chicago with a Grammy-nominated producer, Johnny Kay, to record this, their third studio album. That album has gone on to become an essential part of Pop Evil's fandom and the cornerstone of the artist's discography, featuring such formative and groundbreaking songs as Trenches, Torn to Pieces, and Deal with the Devil. Trenches, by the way, went on to become the band's inaugural #1 on the rock charts cut in the US and carved the path for what has been a successful career run of hit singles. So the 10th anniversary edition of Onyx from Pop Evil on black ice vinyl will list kind of heavy, coming in at a suggested list price of $42. From last year, we now have a deluxe edition of Rumble of Thunder from the band The Who, the HU, not the WHO, but The Who, the Mongolian throat-singing death metal group that we all know and love. Rumble of Thunder was, as we mentioned, released last year, so we're getting now a new deluxe edition on ivory vinyl. This one includes a matte gatefold cover, 180-gram vinyl, ivory in color, as we mentioned, along with a 12-page booklet. So this one listing for about $36 if you're a fan of The Who. Next up, a couple of cool reissues from the band Accept. We've got Blood of Nations and Blind Rage. Blood of Nations, originally released in 2010, is the 12th studio album from Accept. This is a double LP gatefold reissue on gold-colored vinyl, limited to just 1,400 copies. And Blind Rage, originally released in 2014, is coming on double LP neon orange vinyl, also limited to just 1,400 copies. Blind Rage listing for about $36, as well as Blood of the Nations, that one also listing for $36. Two different variations from the LA Guns, Hollywood Forever. Our description says this is the powerful 2012 studio album from Hollywood rock icons LA Guns, and finds the boys paying tribute to the city of their collective birth with a heavy slab of classic Guns-style metal. So as we mentioned, two different versions of this, silver-colored vinyl listing for about $28, and then there is a green-colored vinyl also listing for $28 from LA Guns, Hollywood Forever. Coke bottle green, I'm sorry. Let's get a little more descriptive on that. Both of those reissues, by the way, coming from Deadline Music and Cleopatra Records. Another 10th anniversary edition, and I need to be careful with the band name on this one, so we'll go with the official band name in the artist listing as Strfkr. S-T-R-F-K-R. Strfkr, we'll call it that. This is the 10th anniversary edition of Miracle Mile. And this one is coming on orange and pink spokes with red splatter vinyl. Comes with a download and includes a bonus flexi disc 7-inch of a previously unreleased track from the band star you-know-whatter. So this Miracle Mile by Strfkr, 10th anniversary edition on colored vinyl, with all those goodies listing for about $40. Next up, something from Music on Vinyl, more fun in the new world from the band X. On translucent blue vinyl. This one is a limited edition of 1,500 individually numbered copies from the band X. So this one coming in, because it's music on vinyl, a little heavy, with a suggested list price of about $47. Hard to believe it's been this long on this one, but we now have a 50th anniversary edition of Zeet from Tangerine Dream. This is the gold and platinum edition, coming from Culture Factory Records. Zeet is the third studio album by the German electronic music group Tangerine Dream, a double LP. It was released originally in August of 1972. So this 50th anniversary edition, as we mentioned, is gold and platinum, so double LP, one of each color. listing for about $40. A new edition of an older concert from Duran Duran. This is Thanksgiving Live, a 25th anniversary edition on purple and yellow colored vinyl. This one also coming from Culture Factory Records. Recorded live on Thanksgiving Day in 1997 in Pleasure Island from Orlando, Florida for the Big Band Radio broadcast. Our description says the sound quality on this is outstanding, so hopefully it is indeed. This is the first time this package is being available in these color schemes. A worldwide pressing limited to just 1,000 records. So this is a really limited one from Culture Factory. But again, Duran Duran Thanksgiving Live, a 25th anniversary of that concert from 1997, coming in at a list price of about $40. Here's a new compilation from the artist Nico Case. It's called Wild Creatures. A couple of different variations to talk about on this. Our description says that with a career spanning over 20 years, she has famously collaborated with folks like the New Pornographers as well. But this career retrospective album containing 23 of Nico Case's most impactful tracks from her discography is now available on double LP. So the double LP on black vinyl listing for about $32, and the indie exclusive version of this, a double LP also, it's being called an Eco Mix. Not exactly sure what that encompasses, but I'm assuming it's colored vinyl. This one is also listing for about $32. So again, Nico Case, Wild Creatures, two variations to choose from. Here's a double LP reissue of Funky Nothingness from Frank Zappa. Our description says that Funky Nothingness is the Lost album, which was a sequel to the iconic Hot Rats album released in 1969. Primarily recorded at the Record Plant studio in 1970, it contains mostly unreleased compositions and jams. Titled by Zappa himself, this compilation contains vintage FZ mixes along with modern mixes as well. This double LP of Funky Nothingness by Frank Zappa, listing for about $38. Time for another remix from Steven Wilson. These things are really kind of gaining in popularity. This one from the artist Hawkwind, and it's Warrior on the Edge of Time, Steven Wilson remix. The album was originally recorded in 1975, and it's considered to be a groundbreaking classic of Hawkwind's long career. So this Auto-Henge edition marks the first time Steven Wilson's stunning stereo mix has appeared on vinyl. This new edition has been cut at Abbey Road and faithfully reproduces the fold-out shield sleeve artwork and picture bag of the original 1975 LP. So Hawkwind's Warrior on the Edge of Time, Steve Wilson remix, listing, holy cow, listing for about $76. But again, these things are fairly limited, really good sounding, and very, very, very unique. Head over to the blues side of things now. We've got a new compilation of Blues King's Best. This is B.B. King on gold-colored vinyl. Our description says that this is a very special vinyl collection of vintage studio recordings and incredible live performances by the living embodiment of the blues, Mr. B.B. King, featuring some of his best-known songs, including The Thrill Is Gone, Guess Who?, Paying the Cost to Be the Boss, and I've Got Some Help, plus studio recordings of BB's Boogie, Every Day I Have the Blues, and several rare gospel tunes, plus lots more. Coming from Cleopatra Records on gold-colored vinyl, Blues King's Best by BB King, listing for about $28. And then one jazz reissue of note, there's a Trumpet in My Soul from Archie Shepp. This is a reissue of Shepp's 1975 studio album, Avant-Garde Tenor Saxophonist is the best way to describe it. Okay, so if you're in the mood for some avant-garde jazz from Archie Shepp, there's a Trumpet in My Soul. This reissue listing for about $28. And then finally, let's continue with the jazz from a most unexpected place, but really not so unexpected. How about Anthology from Charlie Watts? Our description says that this anthology is an affectionate retrospective and reflection of just how frequently Watts was able to exercise his jazz muscles between Rolling Stone's commitments to create a very special discography of all his own. This double LP includes 3 unreleased tracks as well. So with a bunch of guest stars, some studio tracks, as well as some live tracks, including Stompin' at the Savoy, recorded in 1986 in London, this is really kind of a cool collection for you Stones and or Charlie Watts fans. So again, Anthology by Charlie Watts. It's a jazz compilation album listing for about $36. And that is a quick check of some of the new releases headed our way for Friday, June 30th, 2023. If you're local and you see something you'd like, please contact us here at the store. We can put in a pre-order for you that way. Not local, not a problem. Head over to our website at radiowastelandrecords.com From there, you can peruse not only this week's releases, but anything past or present or future if you'd like to look through. But again, that's over at RadioWastelandRecords.com. We'll also put a link directly to all of this coming week's releases in the description below, so make sure you check that out. Till next week, this has been Jim from Radio Wasteland. Thanks again for being here.